there, how you doing today? I am recreating my character, Mrs. Stencil, for Brandon Rogers' Crazy Multiverse. So I thought today we would do a video showing how I create Mrs. Stencil in case anyone wants to be Mrs. Stencil for Halloween or cosplay or, I don't know, just for fun. So I'm going to start out with the wig. Usually I start out with the makeup, but I had the wig restyled and the restyling wasn't terrific. It wasn't exactly the way it was. And then I played with it with a friend. We were playing dress up one day and yeah, so the wig is in some sad shape. So it's going to need a little refurbishing. Okay, so you can see the wig is not looking its best. I'm going to have to reshape it a little bit. So let's get started with that. Most of my hair will be in a hairnet. Let me take a couple of little, something I like to do is I will give it a couple of little knots at the base of my neck because those little bumps will keep the wig sort of like locks onto those bumps and it keeps them from traveling around too much. Don't do this with your teeth. For those who don't know, Mrs. Stencil is a throwback look to a very traditional 1950s housewife, but she doesn't really act like a 1950s housewife.
You didn't think you could leave without saying bye to the neighbors.
Okay, do I have this on? I do. Probably gonna need to curl some hair. I'm not sure, I can't remember if it goes this way or this way, so we'll pull a few hairs out and play with it once we can. That hairnet on. This is a wig where I bring a little bit of my own hair out over it. So then I end up spraying the hair sort of a red color. Oops, don't you try to slide away. You are not allowed to slide away. You must stay there. Don't expect this to help, but we're going to give it a shot. I have sewn one clip into the center to keep it locked down. I'm just going to do a test placement. Okay, so we need our hair to go that way. Got it. Okay, so test placement. I'm going to make my hair go this way. This side's going to be what shows. I'm going to give that a little curl. And this, we'll just give a little curl. It'll all get blended in or not. Same with this, just a little curl. I think that's all the curling we're gonna need. I'm gonna stiffen that up because I know I want it to come up like this. Stop a Bird in Flight hairspray, a KMS hairstay. It's not a comb through, it's something where it really just makes it solid. I end up using several colors to spray. Initially, I started out with just red, but it really stains my hair a lot. So now I find that I'm going in with more of a blonde or a dark blonde, and then I hit a little red right at the end, just to keep it not from staining my hair so much. Get that darkest color near the root. That was the dark blonde. We're going to skip the light brown. We have a Magic Root Cover Up light to medium blonde. Just give it more of a yellow cast. And then, ooh, there's not much red left. It's just about out. And that's it for the red. Okay, we might throw some makeup on there. See what we get. Okay, baby, let's get you. We're going to tighten you up a little bit more. Get that over those little lumps in the back. Just the ear flaps come up. And now I can start pulling this hair out. Might have to swing by the drugstore and grab some red on the way. Yep, I'm definitely going to have to do that. So, let's get this anchored down so it doesn't move on me. Snap that clip. And there we go. Okay. Yep, gonna have to pick up some red on the way. We'll touch that up when we get to set. Don't worry, I'll take you along. Definitely want to red that up, but we'll have it. Just felt my wig cap take off, but that'll do. Hair is done. Now let's get some makeup on. I could just fuss for hours, but eventually I have to make myself stop. As you can see, it takes a lot of work to really dress a wig in and make it look natural on your head. But it's doable. Just got to work at it. I've always left some sort of blonde streaks in the front. So we'll be keeping the blonde, but we will add a little bit more red to that. Let's get that shape right. Come on, turn this way. There we go. Come on. I hate this wig since it got styled the last time. I'm looking forward to taking it in and having it rewashed and restyled again. Sometimes they set it and it's perfect, and sometimes it's just not. So I don't usually have to fight with it this much. Yep. The entire wig cap is now completely off. But that's okay, because those little bumps are great to pin the wig to. Help really keep it anchored. Now we are ready to start on makeup. The foundation that I'm using is NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. Mrs. Stencil wears a green dress that has a V-neck, so I'm just going to see if we can knock down some of the red right there. It's not terribly important. Definitely going to need some under eye concealer because Mrs. Stencil gets lots of sleep. She does not lose any sleep over her misbehavior. And Mrs. Stencil likes a matte finish on her makeup, so she uses powder. I'm using NARS Light Reflecting Powder. NARS Laguna for a bit of contour. Now, I'm not much for contouring, but I do like Mrs. Stencil to have a sharp nose. I'm going to even take a little bit of this white just to really point out that nose. A little bit of blush. NARS as well. By the way, I get all the NARS products for free, so that's why I use a lot of NARS products, because, hey, free. Orgasm Blush has always been my favorite, and turns out it's Mrs. Stencil's favorite as well. But sometimes Mrs. Stencil likes to kick it up. Mrs. Stencil likes to take the orgasm a bit further and go into some of these orangier versions. So we're going to take some of those. And while we're at it, let's give Mrs. Stencil a little shimmer. Now, Mrs. Stencil doesn't wear a lot of eyeshadow. She really keeps it in the neutral tones and in fact, a little more towards the hair tones. My favorite palette that I use for that is the Viseart Neutrals. You can see I really love these colors. They're all matte which it's nice for Mrs. Stencil because she's a little older. Also, we're also going to add a little bit more red to the eyebrows with this. Let's start with an eyeshadow. Okay, so we're just going to go in with a just slightly darker than my skin tone. Do the eyebrows now. I'm going to do a mix of this brown and this super orangey. Definitely need to pick up that red on the way. We're going to tight line. I'm using a brown rather than a black. Inadvertently came up a little thick there. Not the end of the world, because Mrs. Stencil tends to wear a heavy top liner. I'll let you in on a little secret. Mrs. Stencil would love to wear a great cat eyeliner, but Monique Parent is not good at doing a great cat eyeliner, so if you're good at it, please do it. Do it for Mrs. Stencil. Yep, see? Monique always makes it go down on the ends. A little spit makes all the difference. Mrs. Stencil's lipstick is a bright corally orange, which is, I picked it out because it was really the most offensive looking lipstick I could figure out on edge. This is a prettier version of this, but this is the original Mrs. Stencil. But we lined her with a red. This is Palladio Candy Apple. Boy, that is not wanting to behave itself. Okay. You are just going to get played with a lot on set. Yeah. Stop fussing. She says stop fussing, but doesn't stop fussing. Lining the lips. We are going with a very Cupid's bow, a strong Cupid's bow, slightly exaggerated, and a little bit of a kissy look. Once again, bringing to mind that 1950s sort of a housewife.
And I like Mrs. Stencil's lips to look like they're always pursed, like she's always displeased about something. I apologize for dipping my head too low so that it's out of frame of camera.
This is going with me. This is going with me. This is going with me. Probably won't need foundation. Might need that. Probably will need that. There. There. And here is the original Mrs. Stencil lipstick, the NARS Knockout, most horrible color I could think of.
You're just standing on the cusp of what's okay and not morally great.
Mrs. Stencil sometimes wears false eyelashes, and sometimes she's in too much of a hurry to put on false eyelashes. So we are going to throw in a pair of false eyelashes in to go with us. And some lash adhesive. And we'll see about doing that there. In the meantime, we're going to give them a quick curl.
Now I'd like to draw this line you've crossed so many times. At this point, I'm out of my mind.
Just a little bit more eyeshadow right in the corners. I will usually use something that's in this range, sort of a purple or an orange. Because I want to make my eyes look as green as I can. I'll just take a little bit of both.
What's the point in loving someone morally confusing? It's not likely. You're so unlike me. Oh, I can't shake this feeling, 'cause I think I'm falling for the villain. And it's not looking like a good decision. Oh, and I try so hard to understand this, and you won't attempt to reprimand it. Should I sit, take it in, let it all unfold? Or just say no. I know we can't pick.
Get some mascara on. I'm going to do NARS Climax Mascara.
Oh, they just say no. Oh, I know we can't pick and choose. I might just fall for you. It's not.
And maybe or maybe not, we'll get some false eyelashes on when we get to set. We'll see how crazy it is.
How bad this sounds, but the silence is too damn loud. Guess you're not that bad. Did I say that? What's the point in loving someone morally confusing? It's not likely. You're so unlike me.
Now I'm going to throw on my Mrs. Stencil clothes and drive to set, and we will see you there. So I'm just going to add some of the red. We stopped at CVS and picked some up. And just cover up. There we go. It doesn't need much. So Mrs. Stencil sometimes wears eyelashes and sometimes doesn't wear eyelashes, and it really depends on Monique's skill that day. And sometimes Monique does not have good eyelash skill. We're going to give it a try without magnification. This is where the problem is. Two. Yeah. Yeah, she's not supposed to have freckles there. Oh well. Okay.
I'm gonna go from this way.
Always the hardest part, getting the lash glue on the lashes with no eyeglasses on. I mean, I'm sort of guessing that there are lashes there. Now we have eyelashes. Huzzah! I forgot I sometimes do this with Mrs. Stencil. Oh, I should grab my glasses. I get to wear the glasses so I can actually see my script and not squint at it. Glasses are BB5179. If you can find them, let me know because I need another pair.
Oh, is my microphone? Do you have my microphone? All right, and wait, action! I need to commandeer your vehicle. Sweetheart, lock the door.
I'm trying!
Go, 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 go! What do you want me to do? Drive, damn it.
Assault! Assault!
And so the next shot will be us actually going under the thing from inside. So we're going to get this from a couple different angles, and it's a little bit chaotic, but basically we're looking over there, and all right. So I think on action.
Now look what you've done! Get in, come on!
Jack, you're already. I think what you've done. I think we're all facing this way. Mm-hmm. So let's on action. They're going to come running at us. Can we try going in here and maybe you're pushing?
I gotta push you back.
Yeah, and then just remember to watch our heads on here. But yeah, we're trying to get in under and 2, 3, action. Yeah.
Get in, come on.
You know, sort of action.
No! Oh God, they're eating me!
No worries.
No! Oh God, they're eating me!
Oh, sorry.
Good thing you caught it.
But I hope I was wearing
Best part of the whole day was bringing my friend Lee to set with me and getting to introduce one set of friends to another set of friends. And that's just always super fun and exciting. And we just had the best day having girl time on set together. So big shout out to Brandon Rogers for letting us shoot this footage while he is shooting his new series. Look for Brandon Rogers' new show, You Broke the News. It's an interactive special. It's coming this October on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I love you bunches. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.